So, today, me and Garbo are going to be talking about first-time DMing. I think this is a very interesting thread. It talks about some of the problems, and, the thing is, right, see if you're a 5e player at the minute, and you're really upset with the whole OGL, and you don't like the way Wizards is taking it, you can't really just turn around and say to your DM, here, run this instead, I hear it's really good. Because the DM needs to be invested. It's the DM that's putting a lot of effort into the game. They need to want to do it. You know what I mean? And if they're not up for it, you're going to have to do it yourself. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be DMing very soon or already starting to. And honestly, it can be very daunting to a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are like, oh my god, no, what am I going to do? I don't know what I'm doing. And really, it's the art of not worrying so much, or if you do so poorly, or if you do so badly, maybe there might be a horror story that will lead someday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The worst.
I know that a lot of guys have like performance anxiety. Or not like guys as in the royal guys, like all of us male and female players, us guys, have like performance anxiety when doing a DM, because more or less you are telling a story. A lot of guys will lock up like, and then cute barmaid say hello. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, but again, like this is something like I think if you're a player and if you've been playing for like any amount of time, like honestly, see if you've been playing like weekly for like 6 months. Like say you've only started 6 months ago. Say you started back in the summertime and you've been playing weekly since then, and you've been really enjoying it and you've been really getting into it. Honestly, I think you're ready to DM. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be ready to give it a go. And I think the only reason why you probably wouldn't be ready is because it's 5e, and 5e is actually a kind of difficult game to DM, and there's plenty of other stuff, but look, that video's not about that. Let's jump into this thread, will we, and see where it goes. Sound like a plan, yeah?
Yeah, so first time DMing. Desperately want the players to have a good time, so have no restrictions on what they can make. Playing a high-level D&D game.
That was
Human male wizard Incantator?
This is from 2013, this thread, so I don't know, it's probably 4th edition stuff.
IOTSFV, elf female druid, planar shepherd, and beholder mage, annihilating everything I can possibly throw at them, often before I've even had a chance to reveal it. Players complain that the game is boring and start raping and murdering everything in a fit of pique. My face went, game too easy. Well, better start raping and murdering.
I mean, it's not over the average. Here, that's you're going to get banned by WotC if you're not careful. See if you play on their official virtual tabletop. See if you start doing that. That's against the clause.
So why are all the orphanages, unkillable? Seems kind of unrealistic, WotC. I don't know.
Yeah. You're going to need to start.
Someone's got to take care of all the orphans. Yeah. It's like how in like Skyrim games you can't kill the kids.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Honestly, see, this is the thing. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of high level games anyway. I kind of like low level games. I feel like there's a bit more. Once a wizard gets to a certain level, there's almost nothing that wizard cannot achieve. You know what I mean? Same with a druid. A druid almost has endless possibilities of how to attack a problem. You know what I mean? From shapeshifting alone, which is kind of insane. So I don't know.
I know a lot of players like the minor god mentality, being like a level 18 character, because you're pretty fucking insane at those levels.
Yeah.
You're really high up there.
Yeah, you are, but you're also fighting stuff that's also insane. So I don't know. I think unless you can like come up with ideas to like change up the combat and make it like, I don't know. I just feel I hate the idea. The worst type of combat to me is combat where you get bigger numbers, the enemy gets bigger health bars. You know what I mean?
Me like big numbers. It's literally like the World of Warcraft mentality.
Yeah.
Me like bigger number.
But it is like, the gameplay hasn't really changed that much from level 10 to like level 50 or whatever. It's pretty much your.
I want to roll 50 d10 and you can't stop me.
Yeah. But it's just the monster's got more health as well on top of that, so it hasn't really changed all that much. But like, let's jump into this thread. Let's see what it's all about, will we?
So first time DM, run an evil campaign. Every session is perverted debauchery tale told by the players of how they exquisitely rape and torture the townsfolk. Guys, we haven't even left the first town yet. Take a random high-level paladin and kill them. Fuck, the paladin's dead. Send an even higher-level character at them and kill the party. Oh, you're just having fun. I wasn't. I panicked.
You know what?
Fuck, the paladin's dead.
No, honestly, like, if the players are having fun, I don't... all I'm saying is, you decided to run an evil campaign. The players decided to do evil acts. Oh no, you know what I mean? Like, ugh, it's not that.
Well, no, I told the Skeleton Boys, hey, it's an evil campaign, and they adopted a fucking... Well, they kidnapped a gnoll as a pet. So it's like, there are levels to the debauchery, I guess. You have guys who want to, like, flay and rape the village. Other guys are like, I want to take that gnoll for a pet, and she can't stop me. Like, we've all just come off one of the worst and most constricting campaigns in existence. Decided to try GMing since our last GM was a flaming asshole and even quit his own campaign.
Yeah.
I'm inexperienced but enjoy world building. Give the players a lot of freedom with a vague plot. That's your first issue there. I'm literally the polar opposite of our last GM we all hated, despite my inexperience. Players revel in being allowed to make their own choices for once. Start asking to do stupid things. Yes, this is the player snowball you got going on. One actually wants you to roll to see if they were One actually wants you to roll and see if they were getting drunk. Ugh, my brain today. Another constantly trying to murder a new player with accidents. Can't even get mad because after the last guy, this is probably a breath of fresh air for them. They'll actually listen to me when I tell them to stop because they don't hate me. Don't even need to force them to do things like the last guy. We all end up having fun with it.
There you go. What's the issue? You know what I mean? Like, okay.
This sounds like good players. Like, hey, stop that. Okay.
All right.
Put the baby down. Put the baby down.
Like, okay.
I'm hungry.
Like, I get
Put it down.
The thing is, like, you know, like, these players are desperately in need of freedom. You know what I mean? And like, I think once they get this out of them, like, you know, they kind of need that. I think most players do go through a bit of a murder hobo phase.
It's like taking a kid to the park, you know, let them play themselves out. They're less angry afterwards.
Yeah, like, just let them get it out of them. And I think once they get it out of them, then they'll change over time, and then you'll get there with them. You know, honestly, I don't see, like, they just kind of need to get it out of them, and especially, like, you know, is there any point in being a DM? Okay, I'll tell you guys what's been working for me. So pretty much, I've got, I'm mostly playtesting, and I pretty much just say to the players, like, we're going to be running this adventure today, you know what I mean? Because I needed to playtest it for the book, and,
we're doing this.
Yeah,
no options. Okay.
No, but they're on board with it. I said, like, you know, everyone that signed up for it beforehand knew that's what the idea was, because it's like, look, I really can't have you run it off. Like, if you guys want, we can do stuff from time to time. Like, you know, if you want, we can do the odd session doing something else. But for the most part, I really need to be playtesting this book, essentially. I really need you guys to go through it and see what happens with it. So I'd be way more interested if you guys could do this instead of that. Mm-hmm. But it's not like I'm telling them, it's like, no, you can't. Like, they're free to come up with whatever ways they want to go about the problem. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's a hard one, and I suppose it wouldn't really work for many people, but I don't know, it works for me. I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
A lot of DMs need those railroad tracks because they simply cannot think outside the box. Like, I have been a player for, like, I want to call them Disneyland DMs because they're on tracks and it's on a very set schedule and there's no deviation. You go in, you do thing, you leave, and I get why some folks need that for sure, because it's like I'm just not creative. I've met guys who are like, I'm just not creative.
Yeah.
Those guys work off of the campaign books heavily because they have all the stuff right there in front of them. So, running an Oriental Adventures campaign intended for a party to be honorable samurai. Shameful display. I fucking love that game. Our enemy flees the battlefield. A shameful display.
Garbo, have you ever played Legend of the Five Rings?
I have, yeah. I dubbed into that weeb game and I fucking hate. Like, I'm a weeb and I fucking hated that game.
Did you not like it?
My God.
I thought it was alright.
I know a lot of guys like it. I'm like, this is absolute samurai bullshit. Anyway, so older member of the group, to whom I deferred as he was more rulesy than I, somehow convinces me that each party member should start with a minor magical item.
Right.
Thus, he was able to sneak a device that would essentially turn him into a vampiric monstrosity into my in my game of Honorable Samurai.
You gotta do the voice.
Samurai. Long story short, the party ends up besieged by the forces of a forest kami in the daimyo's army, and somehow end up holding them off until I rage quit. To be fair, this was back in high school, and the group consisted of entirely of edge tards who crave dark power.
You know what? Like, honestly, single players are having fun.
You're ruining my honorable game. Shameful display.
See, this is the thing. I don't know, like, you know, is there that much of a divide between what a DM wants to play and a player wants to play? You know?
Well, that depends. As a DM, you bring a story with you. And there are some DMs who take having their story squatted upon and shit upon a bit more deeply than others would. Like, even like with any party I run, I have an overall arcing story I'm working off of. And a lot of times, there's a lot of ad-lib. But, you know, I don't know. When you make these stories, you have to learn to work around your players extremely quickly. Because there are shit that you won't think of that they'll just pull out and you're like, what the hell? No, what? Like, there are times on stream I've stopped to Google like blast radiuses and shit because I was like, wait, hold on, is that possible?
So actually, I'll give you the last one. So I ran Tales of the Scarecrow. It's a Lamentations of the Flame Princess adventure. For you guys that don't know what it is, so I've gone this adventure twice, and the first time I played it, it was with 3 players, and 2 of the actually. There was 3 players, but 3 players died, if that makes sense. So one guy, he had 2 characters die in the same session, which was a bit of a, you know what I mean. But like it's more of a con style adventure. It's known as a bit of a meat grinder. It's pretty much guaranteed that at least one person will die, and so I ran it for a different group, the group that I would normally play with. And no one died, and I was very shocked by that. I was like, how the fuck no one died? Like, literally no one. And I threw so much stuff at them, but they just didn't die. And Mittens, he's playing that fucking really fat priest, or the fat nun, so he was.
The fat nun?
Yeah, the nun. She's like 30 stone, so she is. And anyway, so she has this spoon. This spoon, if anyone eats from that spoon, they'll die, they'll starve to death. It's only a matter of time. So the thing that lives underneath the farm, it's like an elderbrain, and he ended up feeding the elderbrain this spoon, and he killed a god pretty much last session. I'm like, how the fuck did you guys manage this? Hi, but it did work out. Like, you know, I'll give them that, but I was still kind of like, how did I not kill any? It wasn't my goal to kill anyone. It was just, I feel like because that adventure is so notorious for killing people, I'm almost thinking like, did I do this the right way?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, a lot of DMs, they'll put on kitty gloves and won't use proper tactics. Like, for me, depending on what, say, I always work off the intelligence factor of whatever being I'm using to attack the party with. And if it's like beasts, like dire wolves, whatever fuck have you, I'll kind of like run it as an animal. But if they're fighting humanoids who actually understand threat levels and tactics, you know, people I'll go on, I'll take groups of NPCs on flanking missions and shit. Yeah. I've had players get really angry when like, oh yeah, I'm doing a sniper, pop, 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 and like 2 dudes pop up, hey, sup? Well, where did you guys come from? Well, you rolled like, you know, perception 4 times, right? Yeah, and you failed all 4, right? Well, yeah, here they are. Like, because you can be tactical and be fair. You have your NPCs roll their stealth rolls, and then your PCs roll their perception. If they don't catch them in time because they dump stat in like ballistics or some other damn thing, it's like, well, maybe you should have min max. You're dead now. Because they get stabbed to shit in the back of it. You know, because literally like. Main fight up in the middle of the battlefield. Back behind the guy just plugging away with a sniper rifle, and no one can see him getting stabbed to death by shovels because he's so far back behind the main party. It's like, hey, where's Greg? Greg's all fucking chopped up in a corner. I failed perception 4 times.
But it did. It just felt like, because the first time I played it, it's like, yeah, I kind of expected that. It's known as a meat grinder of a adventure. It's pretty much it's almost guaranteed TPKs, and not one and I almost did get a TPK the first time I played it, and then the second time around, not a single person died. I was like, what have I done? Did I not run this correctly?
did my dice not work today? Because there are days where like you'll have this horrific like NPC dice luck, and you're just like, I can't kill anything. Give me do damage.
I had Mr. V. I hit him with in one attack. I hit him with 3d20 damage. You know what I mean? And he's only got 12 hit points. You know what I mean?
4 damage. Huh?
It's like what's going on? You know?
I remember there's some big bad I threw at the old skeleton party once, and like I rolled so bad.
Oh, that was the paladin. That was the paladin. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah,
I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
What is going on?
He not shove his hand up his ass or something.
Oh, that was the one during the carriage heist, and they just beat this porter to death in the street.
Yeah,
so because I was like, aha, a paladin, the anathema to you, and this paladin was rolling so badly that these skeletons beat him to death in the street.
Yeah.
I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So, I don't know if you know this, but we've got a website with lots of models. And whenever I say lots of models, I mean lots of models. We've got models for any setting that you can think of. With humans with biddies, animals that shouldn't have biddies but do have biddies, dwarves and elves with biddies. Look, we've got a lot of smut models. But it doesn't stop there. We really do have models for anything and everything. And to be honest, they look so good. Chef's kiss, so good. But it's not all smut for all you good Christian Minecraft server players. We've got you covered. And we even got the weebs covered too, which is unusual for this channel because we don't like weebs.
Yeah, the weebs aren't that bad, okay? They're just fun to laugh at.
We also have 5th edition subclasses and adventures, which some of them are free for download, and we sell a physical printed copy of Steel Water as well, and you can request a signed version if that's your thing, where I'll draw a penis on it for you.
If you want us to sign a couple of decks, we'll give you decks, okay, guys? That's what you want.
Anyway, if you enjoy what we do here, go ahead and check out the website. It helps us out so much, and we don't need to worry about our YouTube overlord striking down another one of our channels. Our website is also now available as an app on Android. Also, and the winner of the daily giveaway is this guy! Yay! Woo! Woo!
Woo! Look, anyway, in for a chance to win, all you gotta do is like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, automatically entered in.
And to claim the prize, you just send an email to neckbeardiacontact@gmail.com. Let's get back to the video.
Being not long out of college. Always wanted to try gaming, didn't know anyone who played. Roommate hears about D&D through friends online and says, we should try that. Fuck yes. 3rd edition just released that very season. Jump on, 3rd edition.
Okay.
Ruby makes a ranger. I make a bard DMPC. Figure we can take on a pack of gnolls. Giggity. Nope. My face when my first game I TPK'd myself.
Well, like honestly, I'm shocked. Like, someone that makes a DM player character and still somehow TPK'd themselves.
Yeah, it's somehow. Maybe I'm the problem.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It could have ended worse. I don't know. That's not too bad.
Players have a bunch of loot. Boat time. You can't bring all that junk. It won't fit. It'll sink the boats. PCs have to choose between the loot or people. People will fight for those spots on the boats. If they die if they stay on the ship. PCs would kill. Seems like a good way to handle it. PCs would kill them all anyway.
I mean, like, if you guys not
that's just
Titanic,
players, dude.
Yeah, that's players. That's 100% players.
And this is where you use a DM, you bring in consequences. Like my current party, the Remnants, they let the entire village get butchered by a drake, and there's gonna be stuff coming for them due to that because they just ran. So. Yeah. Players are allowed to be self-centered and greedy, sure, but as a DM, you have to foist upon them the repercussions of their actions. If not, they'll just keep doing it because there's no impact or penance for those self-centered actions. And a lot of DMs, they don't really have the willpower to go in and go against the party they're running for with consequences. And I don't really understand why. I think it's like a fear of backlash thing, maybe, or something.
I think there's a lot of, you know what it is? I think it's to do with one of the biggest problems. It's 5e in general. I think it's one of the biggest ones. I think is people have builds now. Does that make sense? I don't think if you make a character, you shouldn't, say you start like level 1, 2, 3, whatever, you shouldn't already have what you're going to pick out for level 12. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't. Like, that's just a bad way of thinking about the game. But because the way 5e is what it is, people feel like they have to. Does that make sense? Like, they have to. And like, I think, again, this is...
It's the meta. I gotta follow the meta.
Exactly. And
every
it's kinda,
40k player ever.
And it's the same way, like, honestly, it's MMOs as well, like World of Warcraft. No, my numbers are better. I'm going to go for the objectively the best numbers all the time. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter.
All about them numbers.
Exactly.
I fucking love numbers.
And I think that's honestly been the worst thing that has affected role-playing games from video games, is people crunching numbers, and I believe that's solely from video games.
The min-maxers, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's... Don't get me wrong, you were going to get that anyway. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you a good one. I got into a bit of an argument with someone a wee while back, and we were talking about card counting, and my argument for card counting is I think you're just playing the game to an extreme level. You know what I mean? I don't consider card counting cheating by any means. I consider it... you have to pay very close attention. I don't consider card counting cheating at all.
Well, it is a skill. Not every mook can card count. Card counting is a highly advanced mental skill of you just basically doing percentages and math, which I can't do because, I mean, fucking look at me.
Yeah, I'm never going to be able to do it either. But I don't consider it cheating, if I be straight up.
No, it's not cheating. That's simply playing around the game.
Yeah, but again, a game like poker is very different from role-playing games, for God's sake, you know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, like, poker is all charisma-based.
Yeah,
like a game of Hold'em or poker, you're trying to, like, basically moxie your way into a winning hand, because there are guys who will have a shit hand, and they'll simply bluff their way to victory, and people are like, oh man, you know. He's like, aha, I had a pair of twos, fuck you. It's like, God damn it.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's different mindsets for different games.
First time DMing a consistent game. Start with a friend of mine. His idea, he's never played before, and a few friends of his I've never met. Urge him to think of a backstory and personality for his character. After third session, he tells his backstory about how he was an angel whose wings had been ripped off by his god because he married a mortal. Oh my god. Crawling in my skin!
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Oh, man.
I am happy that he came up with such a creative backstory that I decided to make it the main plot. He starts inviting more people to the game without asking me until he's promised them a spot. Huh? He tells them all his backstory, causing them to make backstories where they want to kill gods as well. It's a Pathfinder game starting at level 1.
Just play Godbind or something. Like, honestly, see
yeah.
Like,
play an actual God RPG.
Yeah, like play. If you want to do this, there's games out there that exist for people like this, and it's perfectly reasonable or fine.
My angel married a mortal, and he tore my wings off.
Like, if you want to do it,
okay, edgy boy,
go for it. But I don't know. It's like, if you're gonna play Pathfinder, just play Pathfinder. Actually, don't play Pathfinder. Yeah. Never mind. Actually, I honestly don't have any strong opinions on Pathfinder. I'll be honest with you.
If you want to play a game where you hunt down gods and kill them, there are systems designed purely around that, and you can do it. And I guess you can do it in Pathfinder or D&D, but it's not going to be nearly as efficient.
Yeah. Well, like, sure, did you not see that? Do you not remember? This would have been back, I think, whenever that Cyberpunk anime came out, someone went ahead and made a Cyberpunk... Yeah.
They would made a 5e, like, why don't you just play, I don't know, fucking Cyberpunk.
No, I'm going to play the 5e conversion for it. Okay.
I know. I was like, what level of irony are you on, bro?
You know, anyway, let's just keep going. That's how bad does this get.
I have to mangle their backstory so that they hate the same god. They would get bitchy if I made the gods' levels any less than 20. Have to find ways to level them up quickly so that they don't get bored and want to start new campaigns. It's happened to me too much. I mean, this is one of those things where... he didn't say no. Like, hey, guys, nah. Stop it.
This is...
Stop it. Get some help.
I would say, you know what? If I was a DM, I would have turned around to him and said, you know what? Maybe do you want to play as like a warlock? Maybe I think that could maybe work, and maybe your patron or whatever is this god that took your wings or whatever. You know, is there any way we could rework this at all and make it like, you know, built into your character? Does that make sense? I don't know.
Well, it's like if all of these characters would all go all in on one story, you had to literally stop and start rewriting your whole campaign for that story. Because if you got players who are angsty and like, I want to kill God, it's like, okay, and you start out small, like the god's temples, his high priests, his you know, you start small and work your way up. You don't go, okay, let's go. Okay, kids, let's go kill a god. Yay! You'll get on a bus and go tooting down the fucking road or some shit.
Right, I think. So what I'm thinking is, I think we'll wrap up here, but we'll just give some really straight up, easy advice for most people that aren't overly confident in their abilities. I honestly think most people are better at being a DM than what you think you will be. I think it's more of a mind over matter mentality. If it's a new system that you're looking to get into, definitely get a copy of the books and just read them books and read them and go through character creation.
Just read, motherfucker. Just read a book.
Just read the fucking book, man. Like, that's all you like. Honestly, just
read the book, Normie.
And also, like, you know, the thing is, if you're playing with people that you know, you just be straight up with them and say, look, guys, this is my first time DMing. I'm not 100% on the rules. You guys probably aren't 100% of the rules. I've got some pre-written adventures. I really want to focus more on just the gameplay and making sure we get the rules right. And then once we get the rules right, then I'm okay to the idea of like opening up this campaign and trying to make it a bit more sandbox for you guys. But just at this moment in time, just until like we get like 3, maybe 4 sessions under us, could we just go for this kind of pre-built adventure? Would that be cool, guys? Can we go with that? And I think most people will turn around and be like, yeah, sure. And honestly, see if you get 4 sessions in and the people just aren't enjoying that system anyway, well, there you go. That's all you need to know. You know what I mean? I don't know. What would you say? What would your advice be?
A lot of DMs or GMs or CCs, they don't feel or don't understand that there's a time where you can go, okay, we're all done. There are times where your campaign will be finished. And you go, all right, boys, new ones. So don't be afraid to go, all right, campaign done, let's go, let's fucking do another. A lot of guys want to keep going on and on and on, and it drags on unless you have a absolutely stellar campaign that will allow you to keep going on and on and on and on. Just try and aim, like if you're a brand new DM, don't try to do a campaign. Tell your players, hey, we're going to do this for 2 months, we're going to do something else. You write all your stuff up for those 2 months, or that little mini campaign or scenario, what we're going to call it. Have all your stuff written out. If you need to, borrow from modules. No one's going to blame a new DM for borrowing from modules. Not everyone's going to pull a skeleton party, you know, their first go. And I think a lot of these D&D stories do what?
You can mix and match tons of stuff, like, you know.
Oh yeah,
so you come across an adventure from this book, you can restitch it and remake it work in something else. You know what I mean? Like, there's tons to work
now. As a great exercise, as a new DM, what I want you to do is, and this is, you know, Garbro tip, ? Start a game, don't have anything ready. Don't have any kind of book around you, no rules for a system, and go, okay, here's where you are. And I want you to work, and I want your players to know what you're doing. I want you to work with your head and work on your improv skills. A lot of DMing is improv. You can have the best booklet binder of sheaf paper with all the shit you need, but players will go, I want to do this, and now your entire thing is useless. You have to be able to think on your feet. So as a new DM or a new GM, or whatever the hell you're calling yourself, do like 4 or 5 games, right, where all your players have their character sheets written up. You have you know, so all your sheets written up, all that fun stuff. And then don't have anything written down for you. Just ad lib. Just wing it. Make your brain have to work. Because no matter, like I said before, no matter how well written your campaign is, or your scenario, or your weekend warrior skiff, you got to be able to think with your head and think on your feet and work around players. And you only get used to that by doing it constantly.
It honestly, 100% that. You know, one of the things I struggled with the most whenever I first started DMing, and I think that was doing towns and villages. That was a fucking nightmare for me, because I was always thinking, oh, how am I going to prepare all these shops? How am I going to prepare all these NPCs? Oh my god. Don't worry about it. Unironically, just don't worry about it. If the players need to go to your shop, literally just get the page up that has what stuff's up for sale, and that's it. Don't worry about it too much. And if you want to give them some information, there you go. Just you know what I mean. You make it easy. Make it easier on yourself, and don't worry about it too much. I think that's a big one.
Yeah, don't get bent out of shape if the players just completely turd stomp your campaign.
Yeah, because it's probably going to do that anyway. Like,
look, players love pushing. Players love pushing buttons.
You've done that yourself, so don't even try and fucking be like, oh my god, how could these players have done this to me? You've done that yourself.
You guys ruined my... Remember all the stories? You guys ruined my campaign. Motherfucker, you allowed us to. Because you can say, guys, look at me. No, you're not doing that. A lot of people are like, oh, okay. And the thing is, once you say okay and you roll dice, that's locked in place now.
Yeah.
You have to say, hey, players, can we not do that? Like, that'd be great if you just couldn't do that. Like, you can tell your players, let's not burn down the orphanage, guys. Come on, you don't have to do this. And
you don't have to, but I mean, the options are if you want. You know what? See if you're going to run an evil campaign, I would really recommend Book of Antithesis. Just pick that out. If you're going to do an evil game, you may as well make it actually evil. So yeah, check that out. I think that's where we're going to wrap up, though. Is there anything else? Any other like quick points? Anything else? Honestly, there's so much great DM advice out there online. I think a lot of the times that really comes down to is because there is so many great advice and there's so many excellent examples.
Don't listen to Reddit.
Yeah, don't listen to Reddit. That's probably the number one advice, honestly. Just don't get yourself too worked up and just have fun. Honestly, if you're having fun, I think the players will be having fun. And honestly, is that not what it's all about? Like, literally, what are you doing this for? The entire point of role-playing games is to have fun. Have fun, and that's all I can really tell
I'm here to win and ruin your day. Why are you here?
Yeah, well, you will come across that. You'd be surprised. There's quite a few people like that.
Oh, look, yeah. There are people who are out there just to ruin your fucking day.
Yeah, there is. Most definitely is. But anyway, look, I hope you enjoyed this. If you yourself have any great advice, is there anything that we said that was like, no, James Garbrew, you guys are fucking retarded. You guys
hot take.
I don't even think there was any hot. I don't even think I ever give a hot take ever.
No, not hot. Hack take.
Hack take. Okay, yeah, that's probably better. Yeah, that's actually probably more accurate. But I don't think I've ever actually said anything that's honestly all that controversial, if I be honest with you. Like, you know, I really just haven't. Anyway, look, hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any of your own suggestions for people or any stories about you, how you fucked it up your first time, let us know down below. And if we get enough stories, we'll do a video. How does that sound? Anything else?
Yeah.
Check out the models, check out the website, check out Garbrew's channel. I can't think, if there's links to it, check it out, and we'll see you next time.
Oh.